What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Mindful Reality, the channel that covers reality TV and life from a mental health perspective. How y'all doing? I am here. I always say that, and I know some people are probably like, where else could you be? Well, I am here. You know what I mean? Some people, like, we had our family together for a little bit this week, last week mainly, and one thing they did was to be like, well, what's one thing that you're thankful for? Actually, it was my grandmother's 91st birthday celebration, which we did virtually since she cannot really travel anymore. And, you know, uh, the thing that I said that I was grateful for, I was like, I'm going to keep this short because I don't have a lot to say. Sometimes I have a lot to say, sometimes I don't. At that particular moment, I didn't have a lot to say. So I kept it short, like I said, and I was like, I'm thankful that I'm here. As simple as that is, I'm thankful that I'm still here because a lot of people cannot say the same. I'm thankful that no matter what I have faced this year, which has been a lot, but no matter what I've actually faced this year, I faced it and I made it through it because I'm still here to talk about it. And there were times at the beginning of this year in particular where I didn't know what was my next step. And it's been a long time since I felt that way. To be honest with you, the last time I felt that way was 2013, and that was a year where I went to the hospital to find my way. And I hadn't felt that way since. It had been 12 years, and I felt like, I'm so far removed from that point of life that there's nothing I can ever face that would ever be nearly as bad as that experience, or so I thought. Um, but then I experienced something that's totally different and new than anything I've ever experienced before, and I was going through the motions. I actually had to go back to therapy. I hadn't had a therapist. Not that there's anything wrong with with therapy, but I hadn't had a therapist since 2020. It had been 5 years since I last had a therapy session, and I was like, I need somebody. I need somebody to speak um, to help me through this dark time. And the therapist was a significant help, even though it was a short-lived. I didn't I didn't speak to that therapist for that all that long, but um, he was needed for that time. Sorry, he was needed for that time period badly. I badly needed that therapist for that time period. So uh, I pushed through somehow. I maintained myself, and I got back on my feet to an extent. I'm still not fully there. I'm still working on it. Okay, get this person off the channel because I don't think that I have any mods on here right now. Anyways, as I was saying, I got through that tough period of time, and no matter how good or bad that I think it is, I'm still here. I'm still here to talk about it. I'm still here to make things better. I'm still here to make improvements on my life, on the things that I don't feel like I've gotten to, the accomplishments that I don't feel like I've reached yet. I'm still here to turn things around. I like to keep working hard and never give up. Appreciate the like and the sub. Thank you for that. I do work hard and I won't give up. Thank you. Shout out to anyone else who's new on the channel, by the way. My name is Mark, if you didn't know. I don't know how to describe what I do because I feel like I do something different every year. But just in case the live froze on, because at 10 I see 10, 11 people on the line. I was just saying there were times when I felt hopeless, and there was eventually people put along my path be my hope until I was able to find my hope and my strength until I was able to find a new. And now I like to provide that for other people. Like when they come in and they speak to me and they're like, "Oh, thank you so much for listening." I'm like, "You don't have to thank me. It's quite literally my job. Not that I want them to feel like I'm only doing it because it's my job, but what I'm trying to say is like, even though we who work in this field are always like the pay is not enough, um, someone like me is also not in the gig for the pay. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this gig. So, just to be able to get paid to just listen to people and do the things that I do for free on a everyday, average, day-to-day basis is an amazing thing. I wish that it rewarded me a little more on the financial side, but we're working on that. We're working towards that. So, and yeah, like about we always compare the life that we have now to our best moments, or even if it's not comparing it to best moments that have already happened, we're comparing it to our best moments of where we would like to be at things that have not occurred yet, right? But then if you were to sit down and think about some of your worst moments, because I know what my worst moments were like, they're so bad that I have kind of just blocked those all out of my memory bank, not intentionally. Sometimes my mom will talk from 2013, and I remember everything. But when about this and this happened in 2013, I kind of vaguely remember it, but it's not at the forefront of my mind because I'd rather block it out. So if you're here, I'm sure that there was a time in life that everything was going really well, but you didn't recognize that, or you didn't appreciate that time. So a lesson that I've learned is that you got to take the things that you can from every time period of your life, and learn to find the good in everything, because one day what you think is bad now could be worse. And also anything that's bad can always in some way, shape, or form get better. So thanks for joining me. Please make sure, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop some more great content. Thank you all. Have an amazing one.